What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. How is everyone doing today? What's been your trading week so far? Thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for taking the time to watch it as well, even if you are watching the recording of it and not live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do it. Today's stream again, it's to look at the charts, it's educational content first of all, and is to look at the charts. If you have any analysis, any trades that you have taken that you would like me to review, this is the moment, this is the stream that I will be looking at it. So feel free to connect and to share your charts with me. Give me a second. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, for today it's going to be looking at some charts, some analysis, follow up a little bit from the analysis I did on Saturday. So Saturday is the weekly analysis. I think the music, I don't know if you guys can manage to listen to the music or not. Yeah, if it's not on, not sure how to do it now, so it's okay. All right, so following up from the previous stream that I did on Saturday, if we take a look at what has been going on, so if you take a look at this dollar index, for example, we did react now from this nice demand zone that was created during this low. We were moving to the down, going down, kind of respecting this bearish trend line. We could see all this compression here. So when you actually have all this compression, there is no surprise that eventually you are going to see the break, and when the break happens, it's actually a strong move to the upside, right? So basically that's what you have been seeing today on euro, on euro dollar, for example, even on pound dollar, and in this case as well on dollar index. So kind of a strong move just in one direction. That's what we saw today, or what we are seeing today. I can see maybe the continuation, the move to the upside on dollar index. Maybe now this can be a good zone to maybe look for a possible continuation, or even of course this demand zone that was left behind in here, maybe as a zone for a possible move to the upside. Price is respecting somewhere in here, this level in here that was fresh, but there's the potential. I could see price kind of going higher. Tomorrow we have the big news event, so the GDP quarter to quarter in US is going to come out at 1:30. If it comes out negative, we are going to be officially but technically we are going to be in a recession mode. After the second quarter, that is going to be negative. Since the first quarter of the year, it was already negative. And let's see how price is going to react, or the market is going to react to that to that news tomorrow, and how the number is going to come out. So yeah, dollar index finally are having some momentum to the upside after this big compression to the downside. You can see how price quite nicely, and again similar story that I've been mentioning even before. I think I did mention that one on my previous live stream on Saturday, that even before price gets to the level, or kind of to the demand zone, to the last demand zone, we can see how price breaks this highs, right? So we have a break of a high even before price eventually gets to or reacts from the final zone, which is kind of this demand zone inside here. So we do have this break up to the upside, kind of showing that price wants to go higher from here. And after that, we have the fake out level, right? And basically this almost could have been kind of as a Quasimodo in here. Sometimes we do have that kind of that Quasimodo level, or that is price taking the orders from this left shoulder, even before we actually have then the break of the and the creation of the new higher high. So sometimes this move doesn't really happen before we actually come all the way and respect this level in here. Sometimes we just see it. Sometimes this happens even before we break this high in here. Even before we break this high in here. So we just have it immediately after price creates this overbought. Price may just react from here and takes it and goes higher, which is kind of what happened in here. We didn't really break it. Maybe there's a what I try to look for is if there's any highs that maybe we break on the move down. For example, when this move to the downside in here is being made, there's maybe some important level of structure in here that can be already an indication that after we do break that high, maybe we can have that move, take the orders and go up without even expecting or waiting for a higher high to happen, right? Even before price actually breaks this high, in order for then the pattern to be completed. That's something that I try to look for. In this case, maybe there's some kind of highs in here that maybe it was broken even before price eventually reacted from this zone in here, which is also a demand, as you can see, aligned with this left shoulder, which is quite a quite nice reaction from here now. After, of course, price did react from this kind of demand zone in there, from these walls. So this is a situation that I try to look for. Let's hope what the XI dollar index did before the move to the upside. Again, breaking highs before even getting to the demand zone. Nice price action in there. To look for that trade. Actually, let's just take a look on the lower time frame to see if actually we have that break of a high. In this case, we actually respected it. This high in here actually is a little bit higher than this one. So this high in here is a little bit higher than this one. But we never really break this one in here. So in this case, it would have been a little bit trickier, because actually I would prefer to see actually this one being taken, and then yes, then I could start looking for that long. In this case, it didn't really break this one. It didn't really break this one, so it will be a little bit harder to spot it. Aside from that, good move from there. Where now? Maybe we have now this zone in here that maybe can be a good level to look for it. Maybe somewhere in here, catching this high in here. Yeah, maybe something in here can be. We do have this left shoulder now as well. Yeah, this level maybe could be a good zone maybe to look for the continuation move to the upside. Let's see. Price now is respecting from this supply zone. Yeah, let's see where dollar index is going to. Today also we have this move down on the indices. So nice zone in there as well, nice supply. These guys never took the orders from there. We do have creation of a new low in here and nice reaction. And we did head out this place now at least until this demand zone to fill. This kind of retest of this SR, so this could be a natural target. And somewhere in here for price to react from. A sell in there. Price is respecting. I have this trend line in here, and price is respecting it quite nicely. Let me just check on the higher time frame. Yeah, I had this trend line in here. The price is indeed respecting it quite nicely. Is this the last high before the maybe you create a new low and you continue to move to the downside? Maybe. Personally, I was more expecting price to get a little bit closer to this level in here, and we have also all this level of structure in there. So yeah, I was a little bit more looking for price to get out to this level, maybe for looking for that maybe sell and continuation move to the downside. But so far, all the PA that we get within this level, it's actually quite interesting. We do have this spice in here. Price never really got there. Then the base of this, yep, quite nicely. Have a nice reaction in there. Again, breaking the lows even before the final fake out. It's more of the same setup. Like we even broke this low in here. Wait. Price went all the way up in there and took the orders. So nice reaction from there. S&P, I think it did quite some. No, it didn't really do the same situation because S&P actually created a new higher high today. So kind of this order is taking that one. So S&P actually created a slightly higher high before the move to the downside. Yeah, and now it's getting close to this demand zone in there. And S&P also is a little bit more farther away from actually this level in here. Just a different zone. They end up moving kind of in the same way, but just respecting different levels along the way. S&P and Nasdaq. Yeah, which zone maybe now for Nasdaq if we by any chance are looking for a retrace? Where could you see price maybe reacting from? Let me just check on the daily time frame. Maybe something aligned with this trend line. welcome to the stream, man. How are you, man? Is everything okay? Yeah, we may have this level in here aligned with this low on the left side. It has been touched already, even on the way up. Maybe. I do have this trend line as well. Again, I don't really trade trend lines. I just have them just in case price actually respects it. There's maybe a kind of a... Doesn't really work as support and resistance for me, but I just have them in there just in case. Yeah, so yeah, this level in here. Yeah, maybe this month can be a good zone. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. First we have this one still, and let's see. Again, tomorrow, big news with the GDP data coming out. Expect some volatility, and let's see how, first of all, how the market's going to close today, how it's going to open tomorrow, and the trading during the London session. Maybe there's going to be more price action information that we're going to gather during those sessions before even trying to look for something else. So yeah, dollar index, there you go. Let's see where it goes next. Take a little bit of a look at the major FX. Actually, before I actually look for this, let's take a look at the... Let's take a look at crypto. And so, the predictions I've been making since last Saturday and so on. BTC actually fake out this high in here before now the move to the downside. We did break these lows now, so kind of a nice reaction from the supply. Moving down, possible target for these guys. Let me just take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Personally, I still like this level that I still have in here as a possible zone, maybe to look for that sell. So I do like that level in there. Is price going from here there, or it's going to maybe go down before actually making that move to the upside? That's a good question. For now, price is creating lower lows and respecting these next supplies that we have been creating. We do have this demand in here. I'm not sure if it has been taken. I don't think so. So that could be a good level for price to react from now, at least. We do have this compression. This for me, I think it can be already kind of seen as a break of a low. So yeah, I think this is already a break of a low. So I could see this one in here. Don't be surprised if eventually we actually go a little bit farther down and actually go all the way there to the next zone, somewhere in here or even in here and in the future. Yeah, we do have this double low, so it can be kind of interesting to set with some reaction in here. But eventually I would like to see price just breaking it, go further down, and maybe this one just open the space for price to actually go higher in the future. Yeah, it kind of can be an engulf to the upside and expect price to go there. So yeah, something like this could be a possibility. Just break it, hold it here, respect a little bit, and eventually take the orders maybe from this demand zone. Maybe, yep, maybe go higher from here and try to fill this price again. This could be one option. Yeah, seeing this guy's being broken before even getting to this level. Yeah, that would be definitely an option. I actually prefer a little bit more the chart on the Ethereum, what we have been seeing. This one was a nice one. So yesterday I talked about this level, how price during the weekend broke this low in here, and left this kind of space in here for the future towards this demand zone, and this could be a target. If by any chance then you are short, you are looking for shorts. It was a conversation that I had with a few guys, that this would be the first short, more reasonable short to target for the short that will be, in case you are trading that short in there. We did break kind of this zone that I had it on last Saturday. The price was respecting for a while and then broke it, but we never really broke this level in here. So yeah, let's see. I do like that level a little bit above it, 1400 and around 30 level, which is kind of the same high that was created back in 2018, 17-18. It can be a good zone to look for. So let's see if this now finally goes and continues to move to downside. Basically this demand already now has been taken, the orders by this low. There's the potential that price may go and continues to the downside. If we do that, I kind of have this marked as a compression zone in here, so I could see kind of the potential that price could go and maybe fill this zone in here. So maybe after the break of this one, there's a potential for price to actually go all the way there and even breaking this low as well and go a little bit further down. Yeah, and go even a little bit further down, maybe closer to this level. Yeah, let's see Let's see if Ethereum is ready to do that. Let's see if Ethereum actually breaks this low for now and opens the space for price to eventually go and fill all this in here. Yeah. So yeah, nice reaction. I think I did that prediction last Saturday on my stream, so if you want you can go check it. It's by the end of the stream of where I can see maybe crypto going in a bigger picture in the next maybe few months. It depends also, of course, on the macroeconomic situation that we are in. If indices are actually going to go further down or not. Personally, I think we are still going to see further moves to the downside across all the markets. So I believe that crypto is going to be impacted by that as well. So I'm expecting longer term for price to go even further down on both crypto, on both Ethereum and Bitcoin. My take on crypto. Yeah, after the break of this, I could see price filling out this space and even going further down and respecting something like this in here. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Even if you are watching the stream offline, I mean afterwards, feel free to ask as well, and I will go back to you on my next stream and to answer every question that you may have. And if you'd like me to check any charts of yours, feel free to send me either through Facebook Messenger or even on Twitter as well. Yeah, feel free to do it. Now, if you take a look at the major FX, yeah, so similar to what we had on the now on dollar index, euro, it reacted quite nicely from this level in here. Nicely in there, and today it just respected this left shoulder in there, and it was a nice reaction from there. Something that actually didn't really like it was the fact that this low was never broken, and I would have liked to see that broken. However, we did have this low in here. This actually for me opened kind of the door for price to fill this compression, but then in the end we never had this one in here. Maybe then there's an opportunity to look for the trade inside here. Yeah. Where can euro go? Is it ready to fill out this space and go maybe closer to these lows? Is euro finally ready maybe tomorrow to go and finally break out these lows that I've been talking about and that I'm still waiting for it? Kind of the lows from 2016-17. Are we going to finally get to that level? It's going to be interesting to see. I'm still biased in that direction. Before any major turn to the upside on euro, I still want to see those lows being taken in the bigger picture. Of course, intraday, there's maybe some opportunities to look for. So again, how this big compression, as you can see, no surprise, and then price just fills this zone really fast. So yeah, let's see where euro is going to go to. Maybe this level could be interesting. Take out these lows from here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trading kind of in the middle of this. This for me is kind of in the middle of the zones. I prefer to wait to look for the extremes. Yeah, I've been a little bit sideways here on euro dollar. Anyway, IVM, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thanks for joining. One setup actually that I've been looking for this week that I looked at it yesterday. It was on Euro Aussie. I wanted to, unfortunately price never really retraced there. There's maybe a chance that price may still go there, and it was to look for the trade somewhere in here. I noticed that actually we fake out this high in here, not exactly the zone, but we did broke this high. We had all these highs in here as well. What I wanted to see, it was, so it had this move to the downside, price retraced, it left space until the kind of the supply zone, kind of this origin between these highs. After that we did created a new lower low, which is something that I like to see as well. We did break these lows on the way as well, so it was a perfect setup for and then we even created all these highs in here close by, even to attract more liquidity. However, price never really got close to the zone that I wanted to, at least a little bit more in here, and that's where I'll be looking for the sell. Price just stayed in there, so I actually never really took the trade, but this is a setup that I've been looking for since yesterday or even since last week, and I will still be looking for a possible reaction from there eventually when if price gets there. Now it's going to depend on where this low is going to react from. For me, is this a target? Maybe not. Maybe price actually wants to get a little bit closer to these lows here instead. So there's maybe still more room to the downside on Euro Aussie, but this was indeed a setup that I was looking for. Let's see how it's going to behave. So yeah, this was one of them. Euro Yen, I mentioned as well on Saturday that we created that double top. For me, I still see a little bit more room to the upside before actually maybe any reversal. So I can see price going a little bit and reacting maybe from this level or even a little bit above from this level. So far we created that double top and today even a kind of a triple top. We did broke it a little bit, kind of 1 pip or something like that. I think this high actually respected to the pip from this high, but today we actually broke it like with 1 or 2 pips in here, and after that price just moved to the downside. It was also today we could see some momentum to the downside on euro. I think it maybe was related to the comments that Lagarde did today about how the inflation that is to stay in the eurozone for the time being. So we saw that move across basically all the euro pairs. And so yeah, regarding euro yen, price now is respecting this next zone. Let's see how price reacts from here. I like the fact that actually these walls here actually broke out this structure. I don't see this one kind of as a final target. I see that this can just show the indication the price wants to go lower in the future. However, I still prefer to see first price getting a little bit closer to this level, or even the other one above, but at least to take out these highs. And I don't think that this small fake out in here of 1 or 2 pips, I don't think that did the job, because I still see that zone still that price may wants to fill before the major turn to the downside. Nice compression, by the way, kind of like this. Let's see if this demand zone in here, this level, holds price up. But yes, I will be looking for a possible sell above these highs into that zone in there. Take on euro yen. So let's take a look at it. Let's see how it evolves from here. Yeah, we did leave now maybe some supplies on this move down on the lower time frame. Yeah, maybe there's a new opportunity in here, but yeah, we are reacting from those double tops in there on the left side. It's a higher time frame move, so eventually, even if you still have some kind of reaction from here, there's maybe some opportunity to take from here. However, I will be waiting still for that for that major fake out, higher time frame fake out for price to react from the zone that I'm looking for before any major turn. So let's see how it is going to, what price is going to do in there. Dollar yen is getting close again to the highs after this move to downside, similar to what I mentioned on euro yen. I kind of see this one as a move to the down, a possible engulf for the future to the downside. I don't really think that these guys in here kind of are reacting to a valid target from these lows. And as I mentioned as well, I'm kind of still expecting price to go a little bit above. In here I'll be happy with it. Again, 139 zone, something like that. For now, price is reacting from this supply in the daily time frame. We have accumulation of highs as well. You could see even just a break of that white line in there and price moving lower. Well, there's potential depending on how price now approach this level, because we have all this level in here. Price is still respecting it, so it looks like it's an important level of resistance. However, I'll be curious to see if there's any good opportunity still within this level, just above here, and maybe some reaction from there to look for a sell. Something that I like to pay attention to is, are we having any engulfs to the downside even before getting to the zone, right? So are we? This one didn't really break it, so I want to see, eventually I want to see kind of some lows, maybe this low or even this one. I want to see lows being taken even before price gets to the level of what I want to short, right? Similar to what I mentioned before on dollar index, when those highs were taken even before price got to the demand zone. So that is something that I want to pay attention to and to look for. Aside from that, yeah, maybe there's still orders somewhere in here to be taken as a sell. Again, manage your expectations based on your target. Doesn't mean that price will just fill out the space. So yeah, be aware of which zone has been taken in order to open door and space for the next zone. That's basically what I'm looking for in here. Yep. As again, feel free to ask any questions if you have. If you like me to take a look at a specific pair as well, feel free to let me know, and I will be taking a look at it. Yeah. Today a question that someone asked me, it was not in the stream, but yes, one question that someone asked me was regarding engulfs and fake outs, and about engulfs into the higher time frame or in the lower time frame, like in the different scales, right? And basically, from what I've mentioned, engulfs in the, trying to find engulfs in the bigger picture, comparing with the engulfs in the lower time frame. That alone would be just an episode alone that would spend some time to actually cover all that topic between scales and what you can see as an engulf in a higher time frame comparing with what we see in a lower time frame. I think the move was something like this. You can see that this size broke those zone in there, kind of showing that wants to go higher. But then again, we need to find out where is the target from these guys that are selling. Is it just this demand in here, or is it all the way back to this zone in here, to this origin of this move up as well? And then we do have again this break on the 4-hour time frame. We do have the break of this high in here. It was kind of the beginning of this compression, so kind of showing that price wants to go higher as well. And I think the question was because if you go down to the 15 minutes or 5 minutes time frame, if you go into the lower time frame, maybe you're not going to see this 4-hour move as an engulf to the upside, because you're going to see that on the 5 minutes or 15 minutes price is actually reacting maybe from a supply zone or a decision point or whatever that it is, on the lower time frame in here, so we are not going to find that spice on that time frame. So for you, that's not an engulf to the upside. That is just something that price respected in there, and that price is just going to the downside. But if you zoom out, if you actually look into different time frames, maybe you're going to see different scales, different engulfs, which is going to give you different information for the future, and so on and so forth. One is going to be yeah, that will require some time to actually explain all of it. Yeah, oops, let me fix this. Yeah. So what else? What else can you look at? That, for example, it's an example of what I mentioned, even as a target. The break of these lows in here. The break of these lows, even before we actually got to like over there to the final zone. This for me is already an engulf to the downside, and this for me is already kind of opening the door towards the next zone. So in the future, when price actually is reacting from here, even though this level is still a demand zone, I think I mentioned that in my live stream on Saturday. You can just go and rewatch it, because price was still somewhere in here, even though we still have this kind of demand zone, and price actually still reacted quite nicely from there. I'm not expecting price to respect exactly this zone and shoot all the way through and create and break this high. I'm actually expecting this low in here to be broken before then any major reversal to the upside, because we did break these lows even before we get there. So this for me is an engulf to the downside for the future. Then price still went higher, respected something on the left side, and then there you go. When you are in this move, looking for a target underneath this level, it's a valid option. Maybe not the first target, but at least your final target, that could be an option. And now I could see price actually maybe continuing to the downside. Where do I see dollar CAD going to? Maybe at least this level. Nice zone from here. This was one of the last zones that actually still had orders, had some orders in here. But aside from that, I don't really see much more in there. And I could see price going underneath this level, this zone in here. This one already took this guy. There's maybe something in here, but eventually I could see price dollar CAD going all the way through to this level. Yeah, nicely took the orders now from this size. Maybe an opportunity for a continuation move to the downside from this level in here. Let's see. Now reacting from this demand, there's maybe that opportunity to look for there, or even a little bit above it, because the supply is still there as well. Yeah, if you guys keep an eye on these levels, on lows that are broken on the way up, you're going to find beautiful zones to look for targets in the future. Yeah. Yeah, break of these highs. Nice. You can just fake out from these guys and look for it. This could have been the first zone in here. Maybe to look for a continuation, but price just respected it, but then respect the next zone and carry on to the upside. Now we did took this the orders from all these highs in here. So nicely done. Look for those highs as well. Look for that liquidity, where the liquidity is, to go and collect the orders from there. All right. Yeah, that's basically what I've been looking at this week. you're going to see the momentum and breaking from all this range that we've been looking at during this last couple of weeks. Expecting price to move away from these levels on Aussie as well. So Aussie is doing all the same. Is it ready to continue to downside or not? We'll see. As I've mentioned a few times, I do like this level on the higher time frame for Aussie, somewhere in here. And so I'm kind of expecting eventually price to continue and break these lows. Let's see when that happens, if it happens. But yeah, I do like that level in there on the left side. Yeah, and on gold actually, I'll be looking for. I want to see how price behaves in there. But I actually like kind of this level for a possible long in here. Possible. We do have out these three lows in here. This guy already reacted from this guy, so he took the orders from there. And we do have space between this low and this zone in here. We have a left shoulder in there, and need a little bit more room to the downside, but I want to see how price actually behaves somewhere in here. It would be nice to respect it a little bit more, and then there's the potential to just go and move higher, right? At this point, we have been respecting all these highs on the way down. Have we broken any highs? Maybe this one is the first one. Here, which is okay. Yeah, maybe that could be seen as a break of a highs, but maybe waiting for another break would be nice. Expected as well this level. So yeah, let's see. Maybe you're going to actually have the continuation move to the downside and price will just ignore this level, or it's going to do the opposite. Price will actually break it and then trade it as a short instead of looking for this one as a long. We're going to look for that zone as a short and maybe continuation move to the downside. Yeah. Gold is another pair that I haven't been actually paying that much attention because how this moves up and down. Price is basically in this range in here, and I don't really like to trade around these levels. Yep, guys. I think that's it for today. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. If you watch it until the end, leave a comment. Let me know. If you got any value as well, let me know. If you'd like me to cover into more detail any specific part of any specific analysis, any specific pair, let me know. If you would like me to add another kind of market to give my feedback on it, let me know as well. So feel free to comment, and I will take a look into it, and I can add it for the next live stream. And again, the content of this live stream is just educational content. If you guys have any charts or analysis that you'd like me to take a look at, I can do it in here. Hopefully everyone can learn from each other, and that's the main point of this live stream. Okay. Aside from that, I will wish everyone a great rest of the week. Follow your trading plan, and be consistent, be disciplined, and that's the main point of it. And I'll see you guys next Saturday for the weekly analysis in preparation for the next week. Expect some volatility still this week. Aside from the GDP, tomorrow it's going to be as well. On Thursday is going to be the last day of the month, which is also last day of the second quarter, which is going to be the last day of the semester. So expect some volatility on that day. Expect some volatility on Thursday. Usually you see big moves happening during the end of the month, especially if it is end of the quarter and end of the semester. Okay guys, see you. Thank you for watching guys, and see you next time. Obrigado.